This is one of the pivotal books in the series. There's just so much, but we're gonna stop. We're not gonna do the whole book because the rest of the book is case after that, a lot of case. But this is Born in Death. This is J.D. Robb or Nora Roberts, however you want to look at it. Eve is a lieutenant in the New York City Police and Security Department. Roarke is her husband. Mavis is her best friend. Leonardo is her significant other. Peabody is her partner. McNabb is Peabody's life partner, but he's also a detective in EDD. Under Feeney, who is her former mentor, and he now is captain of EDD. Whitney is the big boss. Mira is the department shrink. Baxter and Trueheart are detectives in her division. They will play a pivotal role in this particular book. And Somerset, of course, the major domo. And, well, it's here. Oh, before I forget, welcome to the D. Louise Book Series. I'm Christina, K-R-I-S-T-I-N-A. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy stuff going on here. And I have said previously that a couple of years ago, I reviewed all of these books. So I have in-depth D. Louise Book Series. They should all come up. If there's missing one, let me know. I can find it. But I tried to put them all on the list. And now I am spoiling characters. Total, we don't talk plot here at all. We did the plot in the reviews. Now we're doing character spoilerizations. And this is a big book. This is, Mavis is having the child. And as you know, this frightens the heck out of Eve. Eve did not have a regular life. She had a very, very traumatic childhood. And then she was in foster families, and they did not give presents. They did not share pleasantries with her. She's not used to a social situation. She would rather be taking down two chemi heads in an alley than face any kind of social situation, although she is getting better. This is book 23. I think it's been about 3 years in character time though, but it is book 23 for us. And Eve and Roarke are doing something that they don't want to do, but they are friends with Mavis and Leonardo, so they feel obligated to do it, besides the fact that Mavis begged like crazy. So the book starts, and Eve will tell you she's a cop. She's a cop, and she's a good cop. She was a cop. She's a homicide lieutenant with 11 years on the job, protecting and defending the hard, the merciless streets of New York. There was little she hadn't seen, touched, smelled, or waded through, because people, to her mind, would always and could always find more inventive ways and despicable ways to kill their fellow man. She knew just what torments could be inflicted on the human body, but bloody and brutal murder was nothing compared to giving birth. How all those women with their bodies enormous and weirdly deformed by the entity gestating inside them could be so cheerful, so freaking placid about what was happening and going on to them was beyond her scope. But there was Mavis Freestone, her oldest friend, and her little pixie body engulfed by the bulge of her belly, beaming like a mental defective while images of live birth played out on the screen. And she wasn't alone. The other women had more or less the same God-struck look on their faces. And Eve was like, no, no, no. And everybody else in the room was like, yes, yes, yes. It's just... And while they were at this particular birthing class, and they're showing the videos, they're coming to the end of the birthing class, and at the end of the birthing class, they show the video. They meet Tandy Willoughby, who has become a friend of Mavis's because they met during the birthing classes, and Tandy also works at a store where you go buy children's supplies. So they all go out to a meal afterwards. They go to a casual restaurant, and Mavis and Tandy go to the restroom, and Eve says, You met Tandy in the class? Orientation, he confirmed. Tandy's due about a week before Mavis. It's nice of you to let her come along. She's going through all of this without a partner. What happened to the father? Roarke asked. And Leonardo shrugged. She doesn't talk about it much, just says that he wasn't involved or interested. If that's the way it is, he doesn't deserve her or the baby. Leonardo's face went wide and tight and hard. Mavis and I have so much. We want to help her as much as we can. Financially? No, I don't think she'd take money even if she needed. She seems okay there. I mean, support, friendship. He seemed to pale a little. I'm going to be part of the coaching team. It'll be like a dress rehearsal for Mavis. Scared shitless, aren't you? He glanced in the direction of the restrooms, then back at Eve. I'm terrified I could pass out. What if I pass out? Make sure you don't land on me, Roarke told him. Mavis isn't nervous, not even a little bit, and the closer we get to the more my insides. I don't know what I'd do if the two of you weren't going to be there with me, backing me up. Oh, hell, Eve thought, and exchanged glance with Roarke. Where else would we be? And she takes another glass of wine. She's like, no! So then they take Tandy home. We can skip that. So then twice they'd put off plans to take even Roarke home now. Twice they'd put off tentative plans to take a couple of days in the tropics. Mavis plus baby equaled a pregnant woman wigging out at the thought of part of her coaching team dancing off to sand and surf this close to delivery time. What could you do? Babies don't come out with teeth, do they? No, I don't see how. Roarke lowered his cup, gave her a baffled look. Why do you put these thoughts in my mind? They're in mine, pal. They're in yours. See if I make you coffee again. She dressed quickly. Maybe this murder is the work of a criminal mastermind that'll take me off planet. You're nice to me. I could take you along. Don't toy with me. And she goes off to work. They're at the crime scene. Heat gushed up in steam from the grates as the underground world of the city moved and shook under the streets and sidewalks. Overhead ad blimps were already touting their bargains for the day. Who the hell cared about Valentine's Day sales at the Sky Mall at this hour? Eve wondered what sane person would push themselves into the sanity of a mall crowd to save a few bucks on a candy bar. She passed an animated billboard running a loop of impossibly perfect people frolicking over sugar white sand in blue surf. That at least was more like it. So she goes to the crime scene. I just had to read that little part. She goes. She's at the crime scene in Peabody. By the time she retrieved her field kit and set her lock, she spotted Peabody hoofing it from the corner. Her partner looked like an Arctic explorer wrapped in a thick, puffy coat the color of rusted metal with a mile of red scarf wrapped around her neck and matching cap tugged over her dark hair. Her breath puffed out like engine steam. Why can't people kill each other after the sun comes up? Peabody said. You look like an ad blimp in that coat. Yeah, I know, but it's wicked warm and it makes me feel thin when I take it off. Alright. Let's see. Let's see. Um. Oh. So Peabody's got to ask, because she knows how Eve is terrified. And Peabody just can't help but to ask. You know, seeing that kid back there, where is it? Seeing that kid back there reminded me, how'd the coaching class go last night, Eve? It's not to be discussed, ever. Aw, come on. Ever. To hide a smirk, Peabody glanced outside the window and looked longingly at the corner glide car. Baby shower's coming right up. You said, yeah, yeah, yeah. Or she hoped she was. I made her this sweet baby blanket while I was in the weaving mode over the holidays. It's all rainbow colors. I'm doing this cute little booties and hat too. What'd you get? I don't know. You haven't gotten her a shower gift yet? You're cutting it close. I've got a few days. Considering Eve glanced over. You go buy something to cover it. I'll pay you. It's not right. Peabody folded her arms. She's your oldest friend, your best pal. Having her first baby. You've got to buy it yourself. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Eve imagined the. I'll go with you. Well, we can swing by this baby place she's been haunting after we hit the offices. Grab some lunch too, maybe. Eve imagined the process of shopping in a baby boutique and had to fight off a shudder. I'll give you $100 to go on your own. That's hitting below the belt, Peabody said. But I'm too strong to be bribed. You have to do the thing, Dallas. It's Mavis. Coaching classes? Baby showers? Now shopping? Is there no end to the price of friendship? So then they go to the case and they deal with some stuff, and then we have to approach this topic again. Peabody would not be denied. You put it off, you'll be sorry, and you'll have to shop by yourself for baby stuff. I'm not shopping! With or without you, I'm just going to buy something, and it better not take over 10 minutes. Then we get food, right? It's always something with you. There probably won't be anywhere to park. I should just get something online. You can't just tell me what I should get and I'll get it. Isn't that enough? No, it's not enough. Bitch. You'll thank me when Mavis gets all soft and gooey. I don't like soft and gooey unless it comes in chocolate. Speaking of chocolate, what kind of cake are we having for the shower? I don't know. Sincerely shocked, Peabody jerked around in her seat. You didn't get cake? I don't know, probably. Because the idea of a shower, what she had to do, hadn't done, should do, made her stomach jitter. Eve squirmed. Look, I called the caterer, okay? I did it myself. I didn't dump it on Roarke. I didn't ask God forbid Somerset to handle it. Well, what'd you ask for? What's the theme? The jitters escalated into a rolling. What do you mean, theme? You don't have a theme? How can a baby shower without a theme? Jesus Christ, I need a theme? I don't know what that means. I called the caterer. I did my job. I told her it was a baby shower. I told her how many people, more or less. I told her when and where. She started asking me all kinds of questions, which gave me a headache. And I told her not to ask me all kinds of questions or she was fine. So do whatever needed doing. Isn't that enough? Peabody's sigh was long and heartfelt. Give me the caterer's info and I'll check in with her. Does she do the decorations too? Decorations? I need decorations! I'm going to help you, Dallas. I'm going to run interference with the caterer. I'm going to come over early on the day and help you get set up. Eve narrowed her eyes and tried to ignore the joy and relief bubbling in her breast. And what's this going to cost me? Nothing. I like baby showers. You are a sick, sick woman. Look, there's a car pulling out. Grab the space. Get the space. It's first level, almost at the door. It's a sign from the goddess of fertility or something. Damn free ager. She thought she'd hate shopping in a baby boutique, and Eve was a woman who knew herself well. There were gargantuan stuffed animals and mind-numbing music. Then there were tiny little chairs, strange mesh cages, other animals, or poofy stars hanging from the walls and ceilings. Racks were full of odd miniature outfits. There were shoes no bigger than her thumb. Thumb-sized shoes, she thought, were unnatural. Nothing that small should be able to walk on two legs. So why did it require shoes? Uh, Courage, Peabody soothed and clamped a hand on Eve's arm before Eve tried to bolt. Just point to something on our bio. Whatever it is, cost is no object. It doesn't work like that. We go to one of the screens. See? She registered. So we find out what she wants and what people already bought for her. They have great stuff here. Why does something that can't walk, talk, or feed itself need so much stuff? Exactly for those reasons. And baby needs stimulation and comfort. Here we go. Peabody engaged the screen. A fresh faced young woman popped on, smiling cheerfully. Welcome to the White Stork. How can I help you? Registration for Mavis Freestone, please. Right away. Would you like to see the entire list of me Freestone's choices? Or what's left to be filled? What's left? Just what's left. One moment. Why does she talk like that? Like I'm a brain dead. She's not. Dallas! Tandy's there. She works there. Hi, Dallas. How you doing, Dallas? Nearly coming to countdown. Are you here for Mavis? Just tell me what to buy. Eve was ready to beg. I'm on the clock. No problem. Actually, I got the thing. Cancel registration search. It may be more than you want to spend. I don't care about that. Just wrap it up. It's a little too big, you know. I had to waylay Mavis a dozen times, convince her not to buy the place out, to wait until after the show. She's got her heart set on this rocker system. Um, uh, I talked to my boss into ordering one in Mavis's colors. I knew if she didn't get it a gift, she'd snag it after the show. I'll show you our display model. Then you can look at the one we ordered on screen. It's in the warehouse. Fine, great. I'll just pay for it. That's it. I'm good. I'm gone. She's like, no, you got to come over and you actually got to look at the item. And you actually got to try the item out, Eve. You got to participate in the purchase, Eve. When Eve saw what Tandy gestured was mint green, cushy deal, sort of shaped like a long S. For some reason, it made Peabody cool. It reclines, walks, rocks, sways, vibrates, and plays music. There are 20 tunes in the default, and you record and playback or download others. Or just the sound of the mother's voice, the father's voice, whatever you like. Because it was obviously a requirement, Eve patted the chair. Nice chair, soft, cushy chair. You have to sit in it. I don't. Go on, Dallas. Sit, Peabody says. Try it out. You have to. The gal cushion's mold to your shape, Tandy said, and she does some more stuff about the baby. It's top ratings from Baby Style Parenting in today's Family Magazine. The Mommy Channel has the top pick last year. Sold. Really? A happy flush pink Tandy's cheeks. Oh, that's brilliant. That's Meg. You can get it to the house right for the shower? Absolutely. And since I have some pull around here, I'll arrange for the second delivery to Mavis's apartment to be included. No extra charge. Appreciate it. After a thought. How much is the thing? When Tandy named the price, Peabody gulped. Eve just stared and said, Holy crap. I know it's awfully dear, but it's worth the price, and I can offer you a 10% discount on anything purchased today if you open a White Stork account. No, thanks. Just wrap it up, ring it up. Let me get out of here. I have to get out of here. I can't stand here any moment. I'm over it. Well, I'm glad you popped in, and not just because of the sale. I can't wait for the shower on Saturday. My social life's a little thin these days. Mavis's baby shower is highlight on my calendar, except for this one's birthday. The rocket system will be delivered the day before by noon. Any problems, any at all, just contact me. Can we go eat now? We should shop more often, Peabody says. Eve, bite me, Eve replies. Ah, let's see. See. Uh, so then, Eve is. So she's talking to Rio about the warrant she needs. But I just like this little section here. Rio is the APA. I'm going to get it, Dallas, but I'm not going to get it before morning. We're not just talking lawyers here. We're talking really rich lawyers with big fat retainers and hordes of legal drones who can find a president in a haystack. A haystack? What does that mean? Oh, never mind. I just like that little thing. Um Let's see. So she's finally going home. She's had a whole day. She walks in. Because her mind was on other things, Somerset caught Eve off guard as she came in the door. Do you require a change of address forms? Huh? What? Can't you find another place to haunt? I hear there's one available on East 12th. I assumed as you no longer appear to live here, you need the proper forms. Yeah, get those forms. I'll fill them out. How many M's is Somerset anyway? So then later on, Eve tells Rourke about her day. They go through some of the case stuff, and then she goes, bought the baby shower present thing today. Good. She had a little smirk of her own in the dark. If Mavis goes into labor during the deal here, you have to drive her to the birth center. There was utter silence for a solid 10 seconds. You're trying to give me nightmares. Very small of you, Eve. Somebody told me today you have to take your fun when you find it. Is that so? And then they go personal stuff. Um, then they're out in the field. She had Peabody McNabb meet her in the lobby of the building that housed the accounting firm. As ordered, 4 uniforms with banker boxes for transporting items were already in place. McNabb wore a coat that looked as if it had been used as a canvas for finger painting by a hyperactive toddler. Can't you just try and look like a cop? He only grinned. We get up there, I'll wear a really stern expression. Yeah, that'll make a difference. Ah. So, what my granny calls a tough cookie. I don't get that. Eve whipped away from the curb and headed back to Central. If a cookie's tough, you throw it away. She's the type that knows how to stick. It just means never mind. You think she's in it? And they talk about Case. I just love this book. It's one of my top. We haven't gotten to my top one yet. I've already done 11 or 12 videos on my top book already. We may do some more. If my granny, the tough cookie, ever gets out here, I'm going to take her to tea at the palace. Peabody drew deep of the floral scented air. I think she'd get a charge out of it anyway. So while we're waiting, it's a good time to talk about Mavis's shower. It couldn't possibly. Come on, Dallas. We're on serious countdown now. Anyway, I got the theme, thinking it's Mavis, and then with the chair you bought, I went with Rainbow. I hit this party store on the way home last night and got all kinds of mag stuff. Great. Then there's the flowers. I figured on hopping by this place I know. But the thing is I really can't afford to pay, you know. Though she'd been trying to tune Peabody out, the last hit a chord. Well, Jesus, Peabody, you don't have to pay. You're not supposed to pay. I want to help and everything, but not with the dough. Eve forced herself to focus and deal with it. Listen, you're right. There should be stuff. The more stuff, the merrier of the large Mavis gets. You're willing to get the stuff, I'll pay for it. That's good. That's great. I never asked about the budget. I guess the sky's the freaking limit. Yay! It's just completely old. I mean, it's totally vamp. Put the squeal girl away, Eve said. Be a cop. I just love it. Um, so Eve just had a confrontation with Whitney, okay? And Whitney said some stuff about Rourke that Eve is just like totally pissed off about. Eve stormed into EDD and through the comp lab to find McNabb. He was hunkered over Copperfield's unit. A handful of other detectives or techs worked on various comps in the same area. You're to use the privacy cube at all times when working on this case. Huh? This case is now flagged blue privacy cube verbal reports need to know basis. Oh, okay. I've got some deletions. Privacy cube now. Yes, sir. I'm going to take me a few minutes to set up, then get started. She stormed into Feeney's office. He was sitting at his desk, machine gunning on his keyboard while he hummed a tune. Every so often, he'd mother, almost got you. Your detectives have trouble understanding direct orders or chain of command. He cursed, glanced up. He saw what Peabody had seen on her face. Wanna shut that? When I'm primary, the men assigned to the team, whether ED or homicide, report to me. You got to complain about one of my boys? They're all boys to Feeney, regardless of the chromosome. It caught her just before she spewed. What was she doing? Playing rattle-tail over nothing just because she was pissed? I've got a sensitive case. Yeah, I know that. My boys report to me. I log in the electronics as you requested. So, big money, sensitive money. You figure Roarke would climb over my two Vics, use the big money, sensitive data to edge out a competitor. You figure he'd use my investigation or any information I might share with him therein for personal gain? What are you talking about? McNabb makes some idiot comment? No. Whitney made a statement. Ah. I got some of that coffee you left me for Christmas. You want some? And they talk about it. And he helps calm her down. And then of course Eve has got to explain the whole thing to Rock. And he's not too pleased about it. And so he goes off on it. And we'll just go, he does some stuff for it. So uh so he responds in his way, and then they have a little smidgen of a disagreement about what he does. And then we're back with Peabody's and her ideas. So Eve is home. She's got the case going. She's knee deep in reports. When her link beeped, she turned, answered it absently. Dallas, hey, I know it's late, but I got this brainstorm. Peabody browsed you together on the display screen. Are you still working? Who did she tell? Who what? Obviously, Eve thought as she pulled her mind away from the murder board. Peabody wasn't still working. What brainstorm? About the shower. Oh, Christ on a plastic crutch. Look, it's the day after tomorrow. No, it's not. It's on Saturday. Tomorrow being Friday, Saturday follows, at least in my pretty world. Damn it, Eve says. So anyway, I've got the theme. I picked up some stuff on the way home. I thought if I came by there tomorrow night, stayed over, we could put it all together in the morning. What does that mean, putting it all together? Well, the decorations and the flower things I ordered, and well stuffed. But I got this idea about the rocker system you bought, and how she can use it as a focal point, but disguise it like a throne until. Please, in the name of God, don't tell me anymore. So it chills with you if me and McNabb bunk there tomorrow night? Sure, bring the whole family, all your friends, strangers you find on the street are welcome. Uptown, catch you in the morning. But when Eve tells her that, then it's like, well, Trina can come by too. Why do I have to decorate? She demanded when Roarke stepped to the doorway. You don't. In fact, I sincerely wish you wouldn't. I like our home as it is. See? Me too. Why does it have to get tricked out for a baby shower? Oh, that. Well, I have no idea. I really choose to remain ignorant in this particular area of societal customs. Peabody said it had to have a theme. Momentarily baffled. A song? I don't know. Confused, Eve covered her eyes with her hands. And there's going to be a throne. For the baby? I don't know. Eve pulled at her hair. I can't think about it. It throws me off. I was thinking about murder and I was fine. Now I'm thinking about themes and thrones and I feel sick. Eve took a huge breath. Who did she tell? Peabody, I thought she just told you. No, she goes back to the case. Ah. So, anyways, move a few pages down the road here. Oh, this is one of my pet peeves. Eve's Auto Chef is stocked. It's fully stocked. But it's going to take Eve, I'm serious, 40 books before it hits her in the head that her Auto Chef is stocked. And she's also got a fear of vending machines. She's totally, absolutely 100%. That machine is out to get me. I will not touch that machine because it will insult me. It will not release the product I want. It is out to get me. It will insult me, and I will end up punishing it. Heading out, Eve stopped to scowl at a vending machine. She and vending currently had a cold war in progress, but she wanted a damn Pepsi. In fact, if she took a tube with her to Mira's, the doctor wouldn't insist on pushing that flour tea she always brewed. Eve jingled the loose credits in her pocket. She wasn't going to just key in her code. That just was asking for trouble. It was begging for it. She took out the credits she needed and was about to risk the annoyance and disappointment by plugging them in herself when a couple of uniformed cops came her way. Yay! Saved by the bell! The skinny guy was walking like a parrot on Zeus about harassment, constitutional rights, and someone named Shirley. Hey! You, zip it, buy me some Pepsi. And they talk about a case. It's a cute case too, but we'll get going. Then she's with Mira. And Mira's gotta go. They had their little discussion, right? And she goes, I'm so looking forward to tomorrow. And he's like, tomorrow? What's tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Oh, yeah. I've never known any sort of event at your home to be less than entertaining. Mavis must be thrilled. I guess. Truth, I'm kind of ducking her. We had to do the class thing, the coach class, which was a nightmare beyond speaking of it. I'm afraid she's going to tag me and do like a quiz to make sure I was paying attention. Were you? I couldn't look away. It was like watching a horror movie. Freaky, she muttered. Tomorrow I'm going to be surrounded by those women who are brewing babies. What if one of them decides to pop? Unlikely, but you'll have a couple of doctors on hand. I'll be there, so will these. Oh, right. I forgot. Okay, that's a load off. Maybe you could be sure to hang around until all of them leave, just in case. 11 years and counting on the force, and you've never delivered a baby. And he's like, that's right, I'm going to keep it that way. What did I say here? Right, they're talking about the case. Eve was just sliding behind the wheel when her link beeped. Dallas, Lieutenant. Somerset's biting tone fit his stony face. You failed to inform me that you were expecting a delivery. I probably failed to notify you that you get uglier every day, but I've been busy. The rocker system from a retail establishment called the White Stork has been delivered. What would you like me to do with it? She waited a full beat. Boy, you must be slipping to open yourself up like that. I'll avoid the obvious answer. Put it in the drawing room, place second level where the party's happening. Very well. In the future, I'd appreciate it if you'd inform me of any deliveries. In the future, I'd appreciate it if you'd wear a hood over your face when you contact me. You guys sure are entertaining, Peabody said. After shift, I'm going to go home, get all the stuff, and then head up to your place. I can't wait to see the rocker and get it decked out for tomorrow. Then she's having dinner with Roarke later, and she goes, I think I forgot to inform you that Peabody and McNabb are bunking here our place tonight. Inform me? Somerset. He got pissy because I forgot about a delivery coming in today. Anyway, Peabody wants to decorate for the show, which I don't get. You're getting a party, presents, food. What more do you need? I suppose we'll find out. That's handy, though. I can pluck McNabb up tomorrow and we'll go do something manly. Leave? You're gonna leave? Absolute panic rushed in her face. You're not going to stay for the thing? There's not a thing you could do, say, nothing you could offer, including deviant sexual behaviors that would induce me to be within 100 yards of the baby shower. Crap. Not even if I combine chocolate sauce with the outfit? Not even, Roarke says. There could be whipped cream and choreography, an excellent bribe, I grant you, especially for a desperate woman. But no, I've already made arrangements to escape with Leonardo. We'll just add McNabb to our happy little troupe. But what if something goes wrong? What if the caterer goes wacko? Because they do. Or we lose one of the pregnant women in the house. He merely picked up his wine with his free hand. Okay, I can handle it, but it stinks. If you ask me, it really stinks that you get to go somewhere drinking beer while I'm stuck at Baby Central just because you have a penis. Well, think fondly of you, beer, me, and my penis. You've still got to be in the birth room when she pushes it out. Shut up, Eve. She knew Peabody and McNabb were already there because she could hear the music and the voices coming from what she designated as the party room. It made her a coward. She lived with it, but Eve made a beeline for her office. Eve's first surprise was that the caterer didn't want her to do anything. In fact, they wanted Eve and everyone else completely out of the way. Her second was that Somerset had already left the house and wouldn't be back until the following day. You won't find any Y chromosomes on the premises this afternoon, except for the cat, Roarke told her. Buffet tables, rainbow-hued, were already set up. The caterer had dressed one with china following the color theme. More miniature candles, more flowers, and an ice sculpture of a stork carrying a little sack in its beak. Eve had been sure it would be silly. Instead, it was sort of charming. It looks pretty good. Very sweet. Roarke took her hand. Very female. Congratulations. I didn't do much. That's not true. You dragged your feet every chance you got, but you picked them up and did the job. Oops. Peabody stopped in the doorway. Don't mean to interrupt if the stork and all the candles are giving you guys ideas. Don't make me hurt you. I've got Mavis out here. Maybe you'd want to show her in. Has pregnancy affected her eyesight? No, oh, never mind. And Mavis comes in. She starts crying all over the place. Her hormones are going all over the place. Oh, it's so pretty, all the rainbows, all the flowers. It's so mag, Dallas. It's so mag. And they have the party, and it goes on for several pages. And I was gonna read the whole thing, but I'll leave that up to you. And I will let you know that the child here is letting me know what she thinks. But anyways, one of my other favorite scenes that I can't read for you because it's the crescendo. Peabody yawns, and her yawn solves the murder and the missing persons because Tandy goes missing, so that's part of the plot. But there we go. I forgot to get the next one, but tune in next week when we hold on a second. So tune in next week when we do Innocent in Death. And then we also have a short one, an in-between, Eternity in Death, that we'll get to. That's 24 and a half. Don't forget to check out today, Eve Dallas, Saturdays, Unboxing Sundays, If Then Friday afternoons. If you like this book, you might like that book. Star Trek Next Generation recaps on Fridays, and Star Trek Voyager recaps on Fridays, and Flashback Mondays. And, of course, my daily book reviews. Have a good one.